thought I knew. I didn't know that I was gonna fall in love with Paolo when I was 9 years old. At a Star Wars themed birthday party. Star Wars. It was his cousin's, who was also my best friend's cousin's birthday, and I was her +1. I was on my way to the bathroom when I first saw Paolo playing on a console. He was 13. Ganan ko gilaran. He's like wine anyways. He gets better with age. It was puppy love, and although having a crush at 9 years old was absolutely ridiculous, I remember having to go to the bathroom a lot of times that night just so I could get a quick look at him. He doesn't know the story. I didn't know that I was going to fall in love with Paolo when my grandmother constantly spoke about a young boy who lived a block from us, who was one of the few who got into the Ateneo. He was the son of her subdivision Majong mates, and at the time, all I could think of as a response to this was, why am I even listening to this? Little did I know, about 5 years later, as I was walking home from school one evening, what I specifically wished for him. Paolo was back home from college, driving a yellow car with the windows down so the cigarette smoke could aerate. I didn't know who he was when he passed me, but I swore he was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. Tracks and ask me to go somewhere, anywhere, and I would obviously say yes. I was so infatuated with this boy that I had caught sight of for a millisecond that for 3 months straight, I consistently walked home in hopes of running into him again. But I never saw him, and I only found out last year that the driver of the yellow car was in fact Paolo. So almost 20 years later. I didn't know that I was going to fall in love with Paolo when I formally met him in 2011. It would be fate that I had randomly decided to get into Ultimate Frisbee, his Ultimate Frisbee group, through a common friend, Richard. Paolo identified me as someone who looked familiar, also who was cute. And we had quickly deduced that we were at one point neighbors, and that I was in fact his cousin's childhood best friend. That's siya, guys. At the time, I didn't even realize that he was the Ateneo boy who I had heard about from my grandmother so many times, so many years ago. That night, he taught me how to throw a frisbee, and much to my dismay, I bid him a lingering goodbye, and yet, he never even bothered to ask for my number. He thought I was Richard's date, and he wanted to be respectful. I knew I was going to fall in love with Paolo once into conversation. We were already Facebook friends, and we would spend many days and nights talking to each other. Our conversations were something I had always looked forward to, but he always had a way of making me feel like he would never actually fall in love with a girl like me. Our conversations would go, hey, what are you doing tonight? I would ask him, and he would say, I'm going to drop off some pasta I made at my crush's house. And then I would say, how come I've never tasted your pasta? When I decided to date someone else, I figured it was better to date someone who actually liked me instead of someone who was dropping off pasta at his crush's house. In fact, I wanted so much to rub it in his face that I was secretly over him that I casually had both the guy I was meeting and Paolo meet. That night, Paolo and I even sang a duet of Bakit ngayon ka lang. Bakit ngayon nakailanay? Katakas na niyo eh. Meron na laman. At an open mic bar. The truth was, I was actually singing it to him and not really with him. It turns out he felt the same. But we sort of stopped talking after that. But all the stars would align on October 28, 2011. It was my birthday, the fiesta of our subdivision, and also the day that my neighbor, Paulo's brother, would celebrate his birthday as well. It's fate because it was his brother's late birthday celebration, and if he had not celebrated his birthday, Paulo would never invite himself over to my birthday, conveniently already being in the same place, and we probably would have never shared our first kiss, which we did on the morning of the 29th. Di ba may uyang na kiss na? Aggressive joke. But obviously we started dating not long after that. Instantly after. I know what I want. I quickly knew I would love Paulo for all the days of my life, and by our second year in, I would begin to write my wedding vows for him. Kalma lang. We broke up 5 years later. And in fact, we never even talked about marriage, aside from the fact that it wasn't in our future. For the record, Paulo broke up with me, and it was the biggest mistake of his life. Much more love, much more Mary. But the most painful part of it all was me not anticipating that just when he was actually starting to love me, he would break my heart by saying that he forgot how to do it. Okay, guys, all the reasons we had to not be together absolutely broke my heart. I didn't understand why we shouldn't be together, and the hardest part was I didn't know how I could ever make the pain stop. So, to answer the age-old question, where do broken hearts go? Asa man? Our hearts found themselves with or trying to be with other people. To add to the roster of I didn't things, I never would have thought that it was in our being lost that we would find each other again. I never in a million years would think that we would pick up where we left off and rekindle the love that we had forgotten after having gone through so much. But after a few months, there he was, standing outside my door with his big goofy smile, and it was then that I knew it was and always will be him. Despite the pain, despite the journey, all my roads always led me home, and it was clear that he was my home. I eventually knew that Paulo was going to propose to me because of his impeccable lack of being able to keep a secret. And his poor choice of engagement ring hiding places. Nakita na ko sa gym bag. Abi niya di ko mo gym. Daot ba ako? But what I didn't know was how unnecessary his proposal would be last December 25, 2017. It was nothing short of romantic, but unnecessary because he already had me. He had all of me. Every single bit of my being was already his. Ring or no ring, wedding or no wedding, I would get into his yellow car or whatever car it was and go anywhere with him. There didn't even have to be a car. so we are to be wed in April next year. Invite mo tanan! I don't really know what I think I know, but I believe that the universe has given us so many chances to be in each other's lives that if we never gave it a shot, we'd both be missing out on the greatest adventure of our lives. I also not only believe, but I know in my heart that I could never love another person the way I do. And for those who are wondering why I've been lugging around this huge book, I actually have 400 plus pages worth of blog entries, poems, and letters about and for him.